Have you ever seen someone try to do everything by themselves and end up totally stressed out? Well, that happens to many business founders too. At first, they start small, just one person with a big dream. But as their company grows, they face a huge problem. They simply can't do it all alone anymore. Today, we'll hear how some of the world's most famous founders, like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, the Google founders, and Walt Disney, how they learned the secret of success: delegation. Let's begin. Once upon a time, Steve Jobs tried to control every little thing at Apple. He wanted every color, every button, every pixel to be perfect. But that made work slow, and people were scared to make decisions. Then he met amazing people like Jony Ive, who had great design ideas, and Tim Cook, who was brilliant with operations. Jobs realized something powerful. If I keep doing everything, Apple will stop growing. So he let Jony handle design and Tim handle operations, while he focused on vision. That's when Apple started making magic again: the iMac, the iPod, and the iPhone. Elon Musk is known for his huge, world-changing ideas, reusable rockets and electric cars. But even he can't build rockets and cars at the same time. At SpaceX, he gives engineers big goals, like landing a rocket safely back on Earth, and then steps aside to let them figure out how. At Tesla, teams work on batteries, design, and software, each with their own leaders. Elon checks the big picture, but he trusts his people to get the job done. That's delegation in action. Dream big, but share the work. When Jeff Bezos built Amazon, he faced a new problem. The company became too big for one person to manage. So he created something called the two-pizza rule. It means a team should be small enough to be fed by two pizzas. Each small team runs one part of Amazon, like Prime, Kindle, or AWS, and makes its own decisions. This system helped Amazon grow faster than ever. Bezos didn't need to approve everything himself. He just created a system that worked. Larry Page and Sergey Brin started Google in a small garage. They were tech geniuses, but soon realized they weren't great at managing thousands of employees. So they did something very smart. They hired Eric Schmidt as CEO. He took care of day-to-day operations while they focused on innovation and new products. That's how Gmail, Google Maps, and Android were born, because the founders learned to trust others and let them lead. And finally, the story of Walt Disney. He was full of creativity: Mickey Mouse, Disneyland, and so much more. But Walt wasn't good with money or business plans. Luckily, his brother Roy Disney was. Walt dreamed and created. Roy handled the finances. Together, they built an empire that still inspires the world today. So what do all these leaders teach us? They all faced the same challenge. Their dreams were too big for one person to carry. Instead of holding on to control, they let go wisely. They trusted others, shared responsibility, and built strong teams. That's the power of delegation. It's not about being lazy, it's about being smart. When you delegate, you let people grow. You build leaders, not just followers. A great leader doesn't do everything. A great leader makes sure everything gets done together. So remember this: if you want to grow, learn to delegate.